Good morning, fans, football fans all over the world, Arsenal fans. Yeah, I woke up this morning. I convinced myself, you know what, it's international break. I've got nothing to say. I'll put myself on a video ban. I've got material, admittedly, that I'd like to get made into a video form, but I thought take a break. But following the win against Fulham, don't get me wrong, we're gassed. We're going to walk in today with our chest held high towards our colleagues and things like that. But I have a couple more videos to make or a couple more things to talk about. What I'd like to speak about today is actually Arsenal's strike force. And I mean, it can't be easy playing for Arsenal in regards to the strike force because there's a lot of scrutiny on us from a lot of fans, myself admittedly. I believe that certainly if you're Aubameyang or Lacazette, within reason, minimum you should be given 12 goals. 12 goals, that'd be poor. 20 goals, all comps, minimum. Then you've got obviously Welbs is a bit of a different case. But long story short, credit where due. I know it can't be easy for, Emery to give everybody ample game time. I think I even saw something that like Aubameyang, what's it? He's in the last 5 games he's been involved in. He's been involved in 5 games, but he's yet to complete 90 minutes within these last 5 game weeks, which I've got to admittedly look at the statistics, but that's impressive for him considering his goal record. We know Lacazette seems to be the first name on the team sheet at the moment, but he had to wait. Wells has to wait for his chance, and if you're looking at Aubameyang and Lacazette compared to them, he's probably going to get the less minutes. To be fair, probably the least expected to return a decent amount of goals, but so far so good, man. We've had a couple different goal scorers, which we always see, but from Lacazette, I mean, from the stats I managed to pull off online, 10 games, 5 starts, 5 goals, 3 assists. Aubameyang, 9 games, 8 starts, 6 goals, 1 assist. Danny Wells in 9 games, all comps these are people, 4 starts, 4 goals, 1 assist. And that's decent, man. They've all got to fight for their spot. Lacazette has to fight to show that he's top done. Aubameyang's got to fight to show he's top done. Wells has got to fight to show that he's top dog, regardless of the ability of the other two. Clearly, I think both are better than Wells. I've got time for Wells, and he's a good squad player, and he gives us a bit different from them in that them two there, we're looking at technical ability. For Wells, ideally we want him to score, but most people can see that he's never going to be that goal scorer. So worst comes to worst, just get your goals when you can, assist when you can, just be a good team player with the link-up play, with pressing and helping us defensively. But it's down to him to show to Emery, all right, cool, them two are quality strikers, but I'm just as good, or I can do just as good. Because even if we know Welbeck isn't as good as them on the striking front, he should believe he is. That's the only way you're going to get in the starting lineup. And he's showing he's doing his thing. You can only score in the games you're presented chances, and he's done that. In 2018 in all comps. No Arsenal players had a hand in more goals in all competitions in 2018 than Lacazette, which lands at 14 goals, 4 assists. Must admit, did think the assists would be a bit better there, Lacazette, for someone who's a good team player. Probably could improve in that front. Aubameyang's also level with Lacazette with 4 assists and 14 goals. It's a bit mad talk about firepower. Then obviously 2018-19 in all comps together they've got 11 goals and 4 assists. So far so good. It's a blossoming partnership between the two specifically. Obviously when Wells plays it gives them something else. It's not exactly a 4-3-3, but we've seen them all on the pitch at the same time. It was more 4-4-2 on Sunday. But yeah, it's nice to see that in a day. I don't want to say partnerships are dead because it was a trio, but you saw Neymar, Messi, and Suarez. You see Messi and Suarez linking up together. There's a lot of good partnerships along the world, around the world. Giroud and Griezmann when he plays for France. Giroud and Hazard's decent. Costa and Griezmann. There's a couple ones. Benzema and just about anyone he plays with. So yeah, in a day and age where more or less partnerships or whatever aren't really being known for, or aren't really being remembered, or aren't really as prominent, them lot are doing their thing, and at the end of the day, competition raises your standards because Aubameyang knows Wells is in good form and his friend Lacazette is pushing him if he drops out of form. The same goes for Laka. Wells knows if he comes out of the side, he might not get a chance back, and you've got young Eddie Nketiah who maybe if people weren't in such richer form, he might have got more minutes off the bench or in cup competitions this season. So everybody's got to raise it. So it's nice to see they're doing their thing, man. Together with our away form improving, I know it's not hard to improve our woeful away form of last year. What was it? 4 wins or so in all 4 wins in away games in the Premier League. Forgive me if I'm wrong. Can't be in all comps. But yeah, so far so good, man. Shout out to Lacazette and Aubameyang for being efficient in front of goal. The next step is turning up in big games. We want, in the same way that we're winning games away from home, but we want to see it done against the top six. Lacazette, have a bit more leniency for him because he's bagged against City. He's put in great performances against Chelsea in the 0-0 last year. I remember he's got assists against Liverpool and Spurs, and he's obviously bagged against United. So big games, he relishes it. Aubameyang, he doesn't necessarily play poor in the big games, but he's yet to score. Correct me if I'm wrong, against City, Spurs, only these top six sides. Don't get it twisted. If he gets 20 goals, he gets 20 goals. But I'm just saying, as a striker, they're the sort of games we want our defence to make the difference. They're the sort of games we want to win away from home to make the difference. They're the sort of games that make the difference in regards to getting top four. So naturally, we're looking at our best players to make the difference in them games. So yeah, and you are the caliber of player to make differences in that game. So there's not really much for me more to add on to that point other than, guys, DG, if you wish, get in the comments, subscribe and do the rest. But for now, I'm out. Thank you for watching.